7 watercolor techniques. First one I'm going to show you is a wet on wet. Basically wet the first square of your page with quite a thick layer of water so the water doesn't absorb into the paper too quickly. And then choose some colors to kind of mix and let them blend and flow around. Wet on wet, choose other colors and kind of watch what they do and blend into each other. Try a 3-color wet on wet technique. You add a little bit of another color in too, and you'll see how the colors all flow and blend in together. So this is your wet on wet. The next one I'm going to do next door to this is just preparing for dry on dry. So I'm going to preparing for wet on dry. So I'm just going to paint this square just very lightly with a blue color, and then we'll wait for that one to dry before we move on to the next one. Now the next one I'm going to show you is wax resist. So you'll need a white oil pastel. You can draw some squiggly lines, you can write a word, some dots and whatnot, and really simple, just grab a nice color to go over top and you'll see that whatever you've drawn on there will come through. You may already know this one already. It's quite a nifty little one. Next one I'm going to show you is blotting. Blotting is quite good for making different different textural effect. Like it can be quite good for tree bark or grasses or things like that, depending on how you blot with your tissue. So I'm going to grab, so the paint's on there quite thick, kind of like wet on wet. It's there's a lot of water on there. And then I grab my tissue, I roll it up, and then I just sponge off the excess water. Also helps it to dry faster. And you can imagine scrunching it and making different effects. Now the next one I'm going to show you is wet on dry. So for this one, that was the square I prepared earlier, and now that blue square has actually dried. So now I'm just using my brush with the wet watercolor paint on it and just making nice flicking action, which makes cool textures as well. Now we're up to the gradient 3-color blend, which is a nice one to make beautiful backgrounds like sunsets or sunrises, oceans, things like that. Really good for landscape. So I've kind of slowed the tutorial down for this one here because I think it's really important to look very carefully at how many times I put the brush in the water and what I do when I add another color. So you can see that I'm making the blue and the green touch each other. Sorry, that title font is right in the way there. That wasn't very smart. Okay, so yeah, so you can see I'm going to add the 3rd color in now, the yellow. And sometimes I'll let it touch, or sometimes I'll just put it just underneath. And then if it's not a smooth enough blend, I'll just kind of, you can see what I'm doing with my brush there now, and then I'll go over top to make that really nice smooth 3 gradient color blend, like so. And then you will see I can kind of go back over top with my brush and just kind of smoothing everything out. That's the way you get that really nice gradient 3-color blend. And then we're up to the last square, which is dry on wet. So basically I'm painting my wet background just like I did for the ones above. And then I'm really going to dry my brush. Make sure I've got a really dry brush for the next step. So there you go. The yellow is still wet, right? So then this brush I'm using right now is dry. So, and I'm making sure it stays dry by brushing it off on my tissue. And that's kind of giving, again, a different textural effect, maybe flowers in a field, something like that. And then finally, last thing I wanted to show you, this blotting square is dry, and I just wanted to show you that using those nice doodle pen, those black fine liners, you can do over top of watercolor, and there's some nice options there, so good luck. Thanks for watching.